start us off. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Love. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Owls!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The option look. Shakes off the tackle. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Back to pass, it's Young. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. And the Flames racing to the line in the hurry-up. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Steps away. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a 1st down. Well done.
The Flames look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on 1st down. But a little time, lets it go. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
0.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. The give to the back. squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Now, 4th down.
Here comes the field goal unit. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Scanning the field, it's Young. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. He's looking to throw it. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab. It's Jordan. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
To the air on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Off play action. That's caught. It's Moss. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He wants to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. And the Flames in the hurry up. Off play action on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
Now 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Young. Now adjusting. Unleashes one deep. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Flames.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On second down, just keeps firing. He'll take another shot here. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Florida Atlantic 10.
Florida Atlantic will try to kick it deep and break the seal on this second half.
Sets a kick return.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And now on second down for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Young. Turns it loose deep. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Love. They get him down, but not before he picks up 6 to the 7-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll try it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession to give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
The offense will take over 1st and 10.
takes over, the Flames sending the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking for a man. It's Young. Uncorks it. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got him downfield. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Flames come to the line in the hurry-up.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that part.
On second down, they'll take to the air. The throw. That's reeled in. It's Jones. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, the ball squirts out. And the fumble is going to go out of bounds, and the offense will maintain possession. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression, and they're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going to try to get it himself. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for room. It's Bob. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Florida Atlantic, 13.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Getting some heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Dropping back, it's Young. It's complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge third down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Jordan. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
A first down run in the red zone. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line.
Brought down at the 8-yard line. Brings up second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Liberty. PAT unit on the field. And it's good, and now the defense will try to hang on to this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hands to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Caught over the middle. It's Love. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. He's looking to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Timeout call by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. And the Owls have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Love. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. Right back to it. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. This almost certainly to win the game. Between the uprights, it's good. They have taken the lead in the final seconds, guys, and the celebration has erupted on the sideline.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
Looking to move it through the air. Extending the play. Here's a throw downfield late. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.